Stan Gibilisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1, GV Whiskey 1, Good Vibrations, here to promote the best ham radio site I've ever seen. It's actually, the larger site is called radioing.com. You just type that in your browser and you'll be there. But I'm going to provide a link to the Ham Radio Museum, which is part of that site. I'm going to provide a link to that in the description of this video. It's provided by W5AM in Texas. His call sign gave me the idea that maybe he was the guy that I talked to several times and seemed to be a fixture on the 160 meter band during the winter of 1987 and 1988, when I was living at home with my parents at age 33, recovering from a serious crush injury to my right arm. I learned how to send CW left-handed. I'm a CW man, so that was very important to me, and I had little else to do. It was an extremely painful ordeal, and ham radio provided a great diversion on top of that hill in Rochester, Minnesota, where I flew helium balloons attached to wires and operated mostly on 160 meters during those dark and cold winter nights. I don't recall very many winter nights in Minnesota that weren't dark and cold, come to think of it, but that winter was about an average winter. And people must have wondered, well, what's this guy doing flying wires with helium balloons in the middle of the winter at night? Let them wonder. But that was just about 28 years ago now, and I doubt that W5AM is in fact that fixture that I heard, that AM 160 meter station that seemed to be such a venerable old ham. Well, if he sounded he was 50 or 60 then, he'd be 80 or 90 now, and I don't think he'd have a job at NASA if he were 80 or 90. W5AM, Ham Radio Museum, hereby promoted by a fellow old-timer W1, GV Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations, saying 73, which means best regards in ham radio jargon, and so long, which, in my favorite language, means da-da-da-da-da-da. Go to the site and explore to your heart's content and your brain's enrichment.